Welcome back to the SSL with Tasteless and GTR today. We are slowly moving through the losers bracket, and we already had a pretty interesting result in that last game. Gotta say, I was a little bit surprised that Innovation didn't play better, that series wasn't closer.
I felt that Innovation could have taken a game in that series, but it feels like many of the strategies that Innovation did felt quite a bit outdated for what's happening in the meta right now. So Sue managed to capitalize on that, and also having that help with Soulkey as well to tell him all the nuances. Yeah,
that was pretty cool that Soulkey simply said that when you counterattack, you won't have Banshees in time. Yeah. That was really interesting because that's exactly what happened. I mean, imagine had he not had Soulkey coming in at that time. That would have been crazy. See the different results. Speaking of Soulkey, we're now going to see him against Trust.
Yeah, we just heard a fangirl go crazy for Trust.
Yeah, I heard somebody screaming down there. I thought there was a murder in the studio, but apparently not.
But Trust is one of the. He used to be on CJ, and then he got released by CJ, got picked up by KT, and he qualified for both SSL and GSL. Unfortunately, losing to Sue in the GSL, and now in the losers bracket here. But I think he has a good chance here against Soulkey in the losers bracket.
Trust is in good shape right now. Soulkey, he's like this artifact from Heart of the Swarm. This guy was so good.
And then he decided,
he was
hey,
unstoppable.
I was like, hey, I'm going to take a break from the game, and going to go switch to an interview with Trust and Soulkey.
Let's see what they think.
안녕하세요. 오늘 잠 잘 주무셨어요?
네, 잤어요.
오늘 차 타고 오면서 무슨 생각하셨어요?
저는 그냥 아무 생각 안 하고 왔어요.
그 토스전인데 자신 있으세요?
네, 토스전은 자신 있어서 느낌이 좋아요.
오늘 각오 한마디.
오늘 이겨서 오늘 좀 저번에 좀 쉽게 져가지고 좀 아쉬웠는데 오늘 좀 좋은 경기 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 힘내세요.
감사합니다.
오늘 잠 잘 주무셨어요?
네, 잘 잤어요.
차 타고 오면서 무슨 생각했어요?
그냥 이것저것 많이 생각했는데 이번에 떨어지면 대회가 없어가지고 꼭 이길 각오로 왔어요.
저그전 자신 있어요?
네, 지금 굉장히 스트레스를 받고 있는 상태인데 이번에도 저거라서 좀 생각이 많이 들어요.
그럼 마지막으로 각오 한마디 할게요.
이번에 최선을 다해서 준비했으니까 꼭 올라가도록 하겠습니다.
All right. Seeing that Trust is a little bit stressed there. I'm enjoying our awkward camera shots of them entering
I just love like the 5-10 seconds of them walking into the
like, all right, well, here they go down the stairs.
They don't just cut it out, they just wait for them.
That's actually, okay, yeah, that's what about the editing that makes that so funny. It's not that we necessarily see them walk in, but there's this moment where it's like, all right, now where does he go? Well, I guess he goes down the stairs.
It's like I walk out of the studio, it's like, yeah, I've already won this, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny, man. All right, again, guys, it's a best of 3. Everything's on the line right now for these two players. It is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. Soulkey against Trust. Who do you think is going to win, GTR?
I think Soulkey is going to take it 2-1. It's going to be a really close series. But
so?
Yeah, be sure to tell all your friends about this. This is the last series of the day here at the SSL. Soulkey against Trust here at the Nexon Arena. Woo!
Alrighty. Our first player right now in the red in the upper right, one of the best Zergs from Heart of the Swarm, Soulkey. And in the bottom left in the blue, his opponent, the Protoss Trust.
Trust having his fair share of fans here tonight at Nexon Arena in lovely Gangnam, Seoul, South Korea. Seeing Nexus first. from Trust, as Soulkey decides to take the gas, wants to delay the gas.
Thank you for coming down to the studio. Hope you're enjoying the games.
Yes, I hope you're enjoying
Hope you guys at home are enjoying the games.
Hopefully you're enjoying all the games and all the crazy stuff that we've seen so far today.
This the makeup of this tournament is changing so dramatically from what I thought it was going to look like before I casted the
so
first
many
day.
upsets that we've seen so far. It's quite a surprise, but I guess that's what a new expansion does to you.
That's true, and it's going to reward different play styles, different minds. Hopefully the minds of those that can adapt. By the way, Soulkey did actually full-on steal the gas there.
And Trust was actually smart enough to take that gas at the expansion, so he doesn't
He has
wait.
to.
Yeah.
He has to, otherwise Protoss can't tech anywhere near as quickly. We don't see this as much, but clearly Soulkey telling us he thinks this is something definitely worth doing when everything's on the line in a big tournament match.
For sure, as we see Soulkey taking his third base at the front of his main base, and that Nexus will complete for Trust, and he's already mined a few Vespian geysers.
Vespian gas. He's already mined some gas.
This is gas. The guys is the thing that they build on.
This is a pro caster tip. I know it's your first time casting here at SPO GTR. You'll master this generic use of language so that you always sound smart. Just say mining some gas.
Mining some gas.
That's right.
So Trust is mining some gas right now at that expansion, and he builds a Twilight Council.
Twilight Council.
And to get that Stalker out, to take out that Overlord, possibly, I'm not too sure.
Well, he's going to have to make that no matter what, because he needs to stop anything from scouting in. He needs at least at the bare minimum, the Stalker should act as a deterrent. Now, the problem is that there's still an extractor over here.
Yeah, so Trust is basically handicapped on 3 gas right now, 2 gas. Soon to be 3, but he won't have that 4th geyser to help him out, tech up in this matchup.
All right, he's pushing the Overlord back. And it's kind of an annoying situation because you do eventually want to get rid of that structure, but if you send that Stalker down there, then they might be able to run in with Lings. We already see Lings moving out now. By the way, Trust is going for some heavy Adept teching.
So getting that robotics facility as well, he definitely wants to get that War Prism out, do some harassment with that War Prism, along with those Adepts. And we see a lot of gateways going down. I think we're going to see an Adept Immortal all in.
Oh, GTR, I think you are correct, my friend. And unfortunately for Trust, Soulkey is wise to this situation.
Yep, so Soulkey completely scouts it out, sees the chrono boosted Twilight Council with that Adept upgrade, sees the robotics facility being chrono boosted, and Soulkey has all the information he needs to defend this.
The question is, does he have the mechanics to hold it off? Does he have the tactics? Because holding off those mass Adepts, man, it's not an easy feat.
It's not an easy feat, but he is strategically on the way there, getting that Roach Warren, getting those Spine Crawlers to help out. As we see, Adept and a Stalker actually getting picked up by that War Prism. We'll see how much harass that can do.
Well, I think what he's doing is he's going to set up for this big push up ahead. He walls himself in his main so that he can't have a counterattack completely wipe him out or stifle the assault. And then what he does is he just uses his War Prism to push, which is one of the reasons why you cannot lose the War Prism.
Yeah,
you just lose the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you lose the War Prism, you might as well just press F10N because you've lost the game there.
Oh, that was so sick. That was so cool. The Adept in the back. Oh, he's coasting forward, son. All right. Is he going to go for the workers over here? The workers are being evacuated. Looks like he should be rotating over here. I spoke too soon. He cancels that.
That Stalker goes down. 2 drones get taken out here from Trust. We'll see how much damage these are. Oh, he actually cancels the Warpian.
Actually, that was a good cancel, though.
Yeah, that's really good play there from Soulkey, using those queens to stop the cancel of the War Prism.
Now he's going for the Spine Crawler. He may be targeting incorrectly, though. I believe the War Prism has actually just been relocated outside. He's trying to warp in some more Adepts over here, but I think the disjointed Adept army separated from the other reinforcements is not going to be enough to cut it. He's coming in now, but it seems like already enough Roaches and Hydras here to take it head on. He'll have to outmaneuver this if he wants to do any more damage.
For sure, I think there's way too many Roaches here to help deflect from this attack, and got to remember though, Trust has locked himself in. He's still got that War Prism, but he needs to do another warp in soon, or else Soulkey's going to have way too many units. And honestly, this is looking very one-side for Soulkey, despite the 12 drone losses.
He's actually getting a Dark Shrine here, and I think Soulkey has handled this absolutely perfectly. just managed to outmaneuver him. Had more adepts come in and been able to unite with the others. Could have been a different story, but so far, not so good for him. And I think from here, it's going to be a solid counterattack from Soulkey. Soulkey also probably at liberty to take his 4th base very soon.
So Soulkey is in the driving seat right now in this game as the Trust Adept War Prism. He didn't get the Immortal though, which I was quite surprised with. I guess he just saw that once he got scouted, he had to make a move before Soulkey could react.
The thing is if he gets the Immortal, he has to proxy the Robo. That's how he keeps the pressure.
He could lift up the Immortal with the War Prism as well. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
He couldn't reinforce as quickly, yeah. But, I mean, it was a different variation of that rush. This one's like a little bit less dramatic than that. But he goes ahead and backs up now. Unfortunately, yeah, he just gets zoned out too effectively to actually continue to do any damage. And I think that there's no way Soulkey's going to let this War Prism do anything more. There's the possibility of another counterattack from Trust, but I'm not
Trust
sure
is taking his 3rd base, so his idea right now is just to stabilize. Just to make sure he doesn't actually lose to this counterattack that Soulkey's pulling out right now. That's a lot of links and a lot of roaches. And that ramp is large, so it's like you need a lot of sentries to force field that, and like we can see right now, those Zerglings are just running free reign in that expansion.
Okay, he's coming down now. Balling off with those force fields. Good job locking the Lings in. If he does this right, he might be able to take out the rest of these Lings so they can't escape, but it looks like Soulkey wants to try to come in here, burst around.
Yeah, nice jockeying of position by both players here. Loses some Zerglings, but it's quite insignificant at this point as we see that Soulkey opting for that attack upgrade for those roaches, for those range units rather of his Hydralisk and Roaches. I see Trust Adept going across the map. He just wants to get some damage done, trying to get himself back into the game. He's definitely not out of this game. He just needs to defend that pressure from Soulkey that he's emitting right now.
He's coming up now with a War Prism. He's going to try to do some more harass, maybe when the Zerg is not entirely in his base, but for the most part, Soulkey has more than enough to... Oh my god!
Hydralisk! Oh, they don't pop that War Prism, which is unfortunate, but at least that War Prism has to fly out of the base and find another entry point. This is a very good entry point because those Hydralisks have to run through a million ramps to get down there. So, get maybe a drone or so.
You know, I'm just worried it's not going to be enough. I mean, look at the supply here for Zerg. It's getting higher and higher.
It's getting higher and higher. Soulkey's going to secure that 4th base. And a nice page there on that robotics facility, delaying that Immortal tech. But he's actually got 2 robotics facilities out, so... Oh, and Trust is actually... I think this is a really risky move here, taking that 4th base, because that's on the lower ground. You don't have the luxury of a ramp to force field. He's just crossing his fingers that this harass is enough for Soulkey to not react to this expansion.
Well, I can't really blame him for trying to take this expansion up here because what is he going to do otherwise, right? He's already behind. You're going to have to take some kind of a risk, but you do seem to be correct in your analysis in that if he's just going to use this War Prism to keep Zerg back, maybe he can buy time, but already Trust is getting a ton of mutas, rapidly approaching 200 supply, and I think a well-timed attack from there could close this game out. Also, anti-air here for Protoss, not so much,
it's like
man.
sentries, and they just tickle. I think what Trust is banking on right now is that these High Templars, like as long as he has Storm or Archons to defend from these mutas, he should be alright. But I think Soulkey needs to be aware of this window once he maxes out, and you can see the first 2 Mutalisks come out because he knows that Trust has like no anti-air at all.
Okay, he's coming in with mutas now.
Forces Stalker Warp in, and he has Blink as well. But at this rate, there's a lot of Mutalisks in.
Oh my god.
Those, into Archon.
This is kind of a novice way to lose the game. He just, you know, had the tech that, I mean, there was, if you look, there was almost no response for anti-air until these mutas were flying across the map.
Because he was saving those High Templars for Storm, but because those were going to get picked off, he had to morph into Archons, and at least lose that Mothership core as well. These mutas are doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, now he's forced those Archons to morph, but Archons, you know, they don't get over there and do the damage easily. If you want to avoid an Archon, you pretty much always can. Now he rotates back over here.
I just love the Immortals just stuck there on the ramp.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah. As this expansion might actually go down. And I think Trust knows that he can't save this expansion. Oh, he actually walks in, blinks in rather. Saves that expansion, but looks like Soulkey's posturing to attack with this Roachling army.
Yeah, I think he's just going to throw everything at him and try to run this over. And I don't really blame him. I think that's exactly the way to play this. There is a Warp Prism coming out here. We're going to get to that in a minute and see if that does any more damage. But right now, this Nexus is going to go down.
Yep, so Trust back on 3 base, but he's actually on 2 base because that main base is nearly mined out. So Trust needs to take that 4th base quite soon, or else he's going to fall behind it economically. And as we see, these Mutila's doing a lot of damage, and Soulkey has a lot of money right now.
All right, the Mutas come down once again. Trust taking a beating everywhere. No 4th base and no real potential for one for the time being. Where Soulkey's already maxed out and banking so many minerals. He's got a huge lurker army.
Yeah, I think Soulkey has this game pretty much planned out. He can turtle from these 5 bases that 5 bases that he has right now. Use that high ground advantage at that 5th base, because Trust knows that he can't penetrate this 3rd and 4th base of Soulkey, because there's so many spine crawlers there, and you're going to get the spore crawlers there, lurkers. There's no way you're going to break through that. So the only option will be that 5th base, but he's going to be going up a ramp, and that's not good.
I wonder if he could just do a lurker contain here with that as well.
Yeah, because
he's got so much more.
He's got so much stuff, and Soulkey has a nice bank. I would like to see something maybe like a small spine crawler contain, if that's possible. That would be really neat, because Trust is really struggling to take his 4th right now. So
yeah, I mean, this is oh man, if he got that Forge, that would be huge. Now he's going to send some Phoenixes out here, but I don't know if it's going to be too particularly impactful. With the Muta count already so high, note he's getting 7 Corruptors to counter those Phoenixes.
Yeah, so it looks like Soulkey right now, he's going to be relying on Ulyss, he's going to be relying on Corruptors and Broodlords, and he's going to be relying on those Lurkers for his ground defense, because he knows that Trust cannot touch him right now. And Immortals are nice to break through Spine Crawls and Lurkers, but you need those long-range units, you need those Tempest, you need Colossus, you need Storm to go through that.
You know, it just looks so futile here from Trust's position. You know, Zerg already with, well, now getting a 6th base over here in the bottom right. If you could just try to imagine how much gas Zerg is collecting, it's insane. The amount of larvae he has to reproduce, completely crazy. I think he might just start trying to steamroll his opponent with attack after attack after attack. Now, there's a good amount of Immortals and a good amount of Stalkers, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to take on this ground army, or you know what, even this air army over here as well.
Well, these Lurkers, though, doing quite a bit of damage. Trust has few Signing Storms up his sleeve with those High Templars, but these Phoenixes are getting picked off. And if this Forge gets picked off, then Trust is, well, the pylon gets picked off, so it's not going to be completing right now.
And I think actually when the Stalkers, if they have to go back and start to try to press forward with the Lurkers here as well, Lurkers continuing to come up. Don't forget, Soulkey is just going to keep mass reducing back at home. He hasn't replenished his supplies just yet.
That was a really nice thing that Soulkey did, was that he provided all the attention, and GG right there from Trust. But the point I was going to say is that he managed to divide all his attention into sniping those observers, because once those observers are gone, there's no way Trust can walk in and clear out those Lurkers.
Man, Soulkey frankly just looked like the better player.
Yeah, like there was a huge gulf, and you can see why in that game Soulkey was a Heart of the Storm champion in those games.
Now let's not forget here that Soulkey managed to force Trust in that position. I mean, he held up that attack very effectively. You know, when you do a build like what we saw from Trust, you have to do enough damage to the Zerg, or you're not going to be able to switch techs easily.